Good morning, doctor. Today our group 6 will present labor force survey household data in Selangor. I'm Mazuyin. My matric number is 285702. Now I will present the introduction of this study. Labor force survey are crucial for collecting the national household data, focusing on the demographic and providing insight into the labor market. This study is focused on the labor force survey household dataset provided by Department of Statistics Malaysia with DOSM. It is a valuable resource for monitoring and planning the purpose. This study is aimed to use appropriate data exploratory method to analyze relevant information from the dataset. We have 4 objectives of this study. The first objective is to study the demographic of the respondent. Second is to determine the relationship between age and working experience, which compare the both quantitative variables. The third is to determine the relationship between education and working experience, which compare the qualitative and quantitative variables. Our last objective is to assess the impact of gender on the distribution of employment status, which compare the both qualitative variables. Our significance of this study is to provide the valuable insight into the working population, enabling government to create the target policies, school to align with job market demands, and company to adapt effectively, collectively contributing to the improvement of the labor market.
Good day everyone, my name is Cherry Eun and my matrix number is 285942. I will continue to present the methodology of our study. So for the statistics analysis approach, we begin with the descriptive statistics, which allow us to get a basic understanding of the data. We calculate things like mean, median, and mode. This helps us to see what the data look like in simple terms. Next is data visualization. In the word of data analysis, a picture truly is worth 1,000 words. To make our data more accessible and understandable, we used various graphs and charts, such as box plots and scatter plot. This visual tool allows us to identify trends, patterns, and outliers in our data. Finally, we put it all together in a report. We use chart and graph to explain our findings, so everyone can understand easily. This report is not just for experts, it's for everyone. So we want everyone to see what we found and make informed decisions based on the data. In summary, we use simple statistics and pictures to understand the data and share the result in a way that is easy to grasp. That's all for me. I will pass to next presenter to continue the presentation. Thank you.
My name is Ilexen. My matric number is 29X746, and I will present the variable overview. The first one is gender. Gender is qualitative and the scale of measurement is nominal. The central tendency is mood, which is female. The second one is education attainment. Education attainment is qualitative and the scale of measurement is ordinal. The central tendency is median, which is primary. The third one is status employment. Status employment is qualitative and the scale of measurement is nominal. The central tendency is mood, which is employee. The fourth is age. Age is quantitative and the scale of measurement is ratio, and the central tendency is median and standard deviation. The last one is working experience. Working experience is quantitative and the scale of measurement is ratio, central tendency is median and standard deviation.
My name is Lee Miller and my matrix number is 299195. And I would like to explain about the relationship between bivariate data. As you can see, we use scatter plot as our diagram to determine the age and working experience. The Pearson correlation coefficient is calculated as 0.884. Since it is positive and is greater than 0.5, we can determine that the relationship between age and working experience is strong. Then we can conclude that if the age increases, then the working experience also will increases. Next, I would like to explain about bivariate data result from one quantitative variables and one qualitative variables. On your right side, you can see the black spot of the education attainment and working experience. The continuous data, which is working experience, and ordinal data, which is education attainment. So the Spearman correlation coefficient is calculated, which is 0.085. Then the P is 0.01, which is lesser than 0.05. And then we can conclude that there is a association between two variables. And then you can see the primary is a mode amount of no formal education, secondary and tertiary education attainment. And then you can see the skewness of the data is skewed to the right. And next, I would like to explain about bivariate data result from two qualitative variables. As you can see, we use the gender and status employment to determine the bivariate data result. Cluster bar chart is used to determine the relationship between gender and status employment. Gender and status employment is not continuous data and also not ordinal data. The data arranged by using cross tabulation as below, we can see the highest status employment is employee in the both male and female, while the lowest status employment in the male is the unpaid family workers, and in the female part, you can see the lowest status employment is the employer.
Conclusion. This research investigates the labor force from household, analyze structure and distribution of labor force, employment and unemployment from household approach. For Objective 1, the information include of age, working experience, education attainment, gender and employment status. From Objective 2, when age increase, working experience tend to show a positive correlation. From Objective 3, higher education level tend to have varied working experience. From Objective 4, the employment status of male is more than female. Suggestion. Based on findings, explore potential policy implications for organization or educational institutions. This can involve recommending adjustment to support career development, educational opportunities, or gender equality initiative.